football. Boy, the scarlet and gray already rocking this house. We have a ranked versus unranked battle coming up here. You know how chaos can ensue if they start smelling an upset. The Horned Frogs will get us underway with the opening kickoff. Out of the end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. So the Ohio State Buckeyes offense will have plenty of work to do after that return was bottled up. This has an old-school feel to it as this running back makes his way onto the field and all eyes are fixed. They are glued on him.
Yeah, old school because nowadays it's usually quarterbacks and the other guys that get all the attention, but this guy's so good. He is the focal point. He's the guy everybody's looking to. He's the tone setter. He's the physical bell cow for this team. He will get the rock early and often.
It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. The RPO, it's complete. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
In college football, you see this a ton now. You use a quick passing game, basically as the running game. Get a few yards, get your offense ahead of the sticks, keeps it on pace for success.
And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play. They plow ahead with the run, but still more ground needed to pick up the first down. 3rd down coming. Looking to throw, it's Turner. Using the quick game. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the first down. And the Buckeyes are rolling down the field. Fires to the middle. It's complete. The Buckeyes will line it up on 1st and 10. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. Makes the grab on the left. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
He was not fooled on that one. You know, a lot of times you want to buy space, and you throw this route really when it's off coverage, but you could tell the cornerback was up, ready to come, pounce on that screen, and get the tackle for him.
They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. This is the type of play that decides games. Are you tough enough to convert 3rd and short from the 30? Touch pass on the jet sweep. Finally pulled down, but not before moving the chains for a first down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able...
Fires toward the end zone. Fires the pass. Intercepted.
And how about that play by the defense here early in this game opening drive, facing one of the best quarterbacks in all of college football, and they're able to get an interception. That is going to be massive for their confidence in this game.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Swings it out to his running back. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
Well, it's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out in the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. And the Horned Frogs will punt this one away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Not going to take a chance to grab that one as it bounces out of bounds. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Quarterback checking the play. He wants to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Working that left side. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. They've moved to the 16. It's 1st and 10. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. And that's a very productive 1st down play in bringing up 2nd and 3. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. How about this crowd rattling the rafters and trying to help their defense? Give to the running back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. He's looking to throw. Lets it fly. And this veteran quarterback just overshot his man that time.
I love the decision by the quarterback. He found the open man, just don't love the throw. Got to be a little bit more accurate, make it easier on your target.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air.
Man, this has been a struggle for this offense, protecting their quarterback. It's priorities, mission number 1, right? Every single game you go into last week, I think a lot of the reason they lost was because they gave up so many sacks and hits on their quarterback.
Here's the punt, and it is not a very good one. A short punt. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
To throw, it's Turner. They're bringing heat. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be 3rd down.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
Quick completion on the out route. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down. The Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They go to the ground. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. Quickly complete. And they do a really good job. Not as easy as it looks to get those blocks. And he picks up the first down. And the Buckeyes look to keep this drive humming. Handoff from the gun. Headed to the end zone. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. Out of the gun, the running back has it. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Ohio State. That touchdown gives his team a pretty significant lead at this point.
And that's what you want. You want to start fast. You want everything to come out and start clicking, make some plays. It doesn't always work that way, but when you do, man, the energy, the crowd, everybody's into it. Now the other team better respond.
Not going to give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Handoff from the shotgun. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4. He's looking to throw. Caught close to the marker. It's Guerrero. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
And a big key on that throw to the slot receiver, guys, is putting the ball out in front. The location of the throw is what helped that guy get extra yards after the catch.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. So no room to run there, and you wonder after that loss on first down where they turn now.
Yeah, and that's why it's so important for the defense to win these first downs, right? You want to create negative plays to make this offense so much more predictable.
Now, that's what you're trying to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. They'll run the screen. And this one will be stopped for no gain. The Horned Frogs send out the punt unit. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and they will try to build on what has already been a dominant first-half performance. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They wanted to set the tone, strike quickly. Jesse, they've done exactly that, up 2 touchdowns.
And this quarterback has been dialed in, too. He's been so good reading coverage, going to where the open guy is with the football. And they've been up and down the field, David, so far.
And this defense needs to make something happen right now. You've already given up a couple touchdowns. Your offense has got nothing going. Still early in the game. Get a stop and create some momentum for your offense.
Love the physicality of this secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. To the air, it's Turner. Quarterback on the move, still looking. He is brought down, but man, what a job to find some running room and move the chains.
You can tell this is a pass play. He has his eyes down the field. He's looking to throw the football. But how nice is it when you got a guy like this that can scramble and go get you a first down? Just really hard to stop from a defensive perspective.
Incomplete. He had it right in his hands for the pick, and I believe he might have been thinking about those big plays he's known for. Instead, it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. He wants to pass it on second down. Dances away from the heat. Pressure's there, and he gets rid of it. Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be third down.
I'm impressed with this defense, man, because that QB is lightning fast. You see how fast that defender was able to get to him and force the incompletion? Wow.
Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Finds his target down the middle. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down. The Buckeyes want to crank the tempo. Got his man on the right. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. He'll send out 5 wide receivers on 2nd and 4. He's looking to throw. He fires a bullet to the right. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And once he got away from the knee, they had no shot at catching it. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Texas Tech was all gas and no brakes in one of the more convincing wins we'll see this week. The type of performance Graham Harrell and Michael Crabtree used to deliver in that memorable 11-win season of 2008. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Got it behind the line. It's Paul. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Got his man down the middle. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks. The offense burns its 3rd and final timeout of the half. And the Horned Frogs come to the line with a new set of downs. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Yeah, and you use these running backs so much in the passing game now, and you expect him to make those plays for you, to make those big explosive plays out of the backfield. Just got to make sure he concentrates and see that ball come in.
And back to the air on 2nd down. Pocket starts to collapse. And a little too much adrenaline on that throw. Never gave his receiver a chance.
That's a good decision by the quarterback. I know that's not going to come up on the stat sheet, but you're in the pocket, nobody's open. Don't risk turning it over. Just throw it away.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. A beautifully placed ball to the outside and the toe drag for the big pickup. And it's 1st down, but they'll try the field goal in the closing seconds of the first half. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. And there is a degree of difficulty with this one, a 47-yarder from the right hash. He's got it, showing off that big leg from 47 yards out. So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. They'll be able to snap it one more time. Let's see how aggressive they are on 1st and 10. Oh, he tosses it back. Getting some heat. The pressure on him, and the quarterback goes down, and that's how we'll wrap up the first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellas, looks like we've got a great one going down in Columbus today. And there is no better place to start this halftime than by reviewing how this wideout has been a one-man wrecking crew. The kid's been everywhere. And I love how he's willing to go across the middle, but that he also has the jets to burn these DBs on the deep ball. If this defense wants to actually come back in this one, they better hide his cleats.
And the returner will be knocked down. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. They start this third quarter in a big hole, and they have to start climbing out right now.
And they're going to have to be really aggressive. It's like this offense, when I'm playing from behind, every possession means so much more. And if you look the other side, the defense, they haven't given much resistance.
Yeah, nothing has gone their way in the first half offensively. And you know now, based on how this defense is playing with their confidence, that you are going to be challenged on every single snap. So buckle up, get your mind right, and get ready to come back in this game.
Listen, if I'm a QB, second down, I want to check the ball down and get a manageable third down. But when this defense is flying around like this, so fast closing out, he got to that running back, got him on the ground so fast, the running back had nowhere to go.
The Horned Frogs will punt it away on fourth down. He's getting a lot of work. Fourth time he's punted tonight. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Line gets set, first down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. They finally make the stop, but the big run is ready to move those sticks for the first down.
You know, the RPO game now in college football really puts the defense in a bind. It forces them just to freeze a half second as they try to distinguish between the running back and the quarterback. Who's keeping the football? On that play, it was the running back, and he made him pay.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened. He didn't look open as it is, and the QB's trying to make a play, trying to force the ball, but at least he threw it where his guy could catch it or nobody could catch it.
Back to throw, it's Turner. He's got him this time. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
That's a really nice throw. When you think about being the starting quarterback at The Ohio State University, with all the great players they've had here recently, what this offense expects from you, this is explosive passing attack. You've seen that now in recent years. They push the ball vertically down the field. This guy has the skill set. That's why he's out there on the field right now. He allows this offense to really go, and he's playing at a high level.
Fighting off the defender. They make the stop, give him 3 yards on the carry. Ball's at the 24.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down. So now on comes the field goal unit. The kicker will try to punch one through from 41 yards away. Smashes it between the uprights. And that will extend their lead even further. They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. Trailing by 3 touchdowns, if you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably scored pretty quick.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
And he's able to shed 1 tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
And the Horned Frogs have it with a 1st and 10. D looks as if they're about to bring the heat. Looking to move it through the air. Got his man on the outside. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Well, there was really nowhere to go for the quarterback with that football. He's just trying to check it down to his running back, and the defense was there, and they made the play.
From the gun, the running back has it. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Man, it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. Be interested to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need to.
And the heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. The Horned Frogs will send out the punt unit. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activate. And he loses the football. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
Every punt returner is going to try to score a touchdown every time he gets the ball, all right? You got to do a better job, though, with ball security, understanding that you're not going to the house, but you can't turn it over and give it right back to the other team.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. We talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a 3rd down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. And the Horned Frogs line up to punt it away. They're up to a half-dozen kicks today. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll take it. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your favor and then exploiting them.
Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here, and they are starting to pull away as we come to the end of the 3rd quarter. Let's take a look at how we got here. 2nd down now as they're ready to go back to work. Running back goes in motion. Back to pass, it's Turner. Looking left. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Run out of bounds after the long game, but they've got it now 1st and goal. The big explosive play put him right on the edge, but you got to finish the deal. Quick pass on the jet motion. And the defense drags him down.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football. And you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
He's going to the right, looking for a path to the end zone. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
Well, they've gotten it down to the 3, but now it's 3rd and goal. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. And the pummeling has started. With that, the lead nice and comfortable, and they're cruising toward a 4-0 start. And they add the extra point to finish the drive. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. No chance to return that one. A booming kickoff out of the back of the end zone. It's a touchback. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They've got to put a drive together and get some balance going.
He's off to the races. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Horned Frogs. That is the ultimate grab and go for the score.
Yeah, nice pitch, nice catch. And listen, maybe this helps next game, right? Like we're trying to find a rhythm, find something that works, find somebody to go to. And this offense is struggling, and you're down by 1,000. But I like that they continue to fight.
The deficit is huge. This one is all but over, but they'll keep trying and line up for the onside kick. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, you know, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
Let's see what they've got on second down. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Caught in the backfield, it's Santiago. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
So many playmakers, so much speed in college football, so many big plays after the catch. Not in this instance. The defense did a great job reacting to the throw, getting there in a hurry, and making sure he didn't get any yards after that catch.
Going downfield for the big play. Got it in stride at the 15. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And the stomping has commenced. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their fourth straight win. And they tacked on the extra point. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Not going to get a return here. They'll bring it out to the 25 as the kickoff sails through the back of the end zone. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Forced out of the pocket. He felt the heat trying to get away, but down he goes. He'll lose a yard or two.
The one thing I love about this defense, and they're showing it here in this game, is there's a variety of ways they can get after your quarterback. They can get home with 4, they can get home with 3, or they can blitz guys from all over the field, but they've got athletes with bad intentions, and they've registered a ton of sacks in this one.
A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. Can't make the play on the interception, and man, they were looking for their first pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 4th down. No signs of any kind of kicker as they'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. Unloads it left. He's got a 1st down and maybe a lot more.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of.
He hurls one deep down the left side. Grabs it inside the 15. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, TCU! Well, I'm not sure who was closer to the receiver there, the defensive backs or us here in the booth.
That was great execution on offense. Receiver wins the route one-on-one, shows off his speed, gets himself wide open. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that. Nice job.
Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute that.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last play.
And the ball is picked off. Got room on the return. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position. The offense set for a first down play. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Floating away. They'll wrap him up, and he didn't find the same kind of running room this time as he did on the previous play. On second down, looking to throw. Quarterback adapting. And he can't find a receiver, and down he goes. The Horned Frogs will hustle to the line. On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Fires into traffic, intercepted. Not much of a chance on the return, but they'll have the ball at the 33.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Got his man to the left. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Line getting set on second down. Looking to throw, it's Turner. Trying to get to it. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
On third and long, no secret what he needs here. Rifles it down the middle. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. The Buckeyes will bring the punt team onto the field. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. He's looking to throw it. Unloads to the right. Fires it incomplete.
At this point of the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. This defense will try to force a fourth down on third and short from the 45. Looking to throw for it. Here's a throw downfield late. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down.
And this defense has put a game together. It is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game.
The decision to go for it does not pan out. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points? Because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
Quick strike complete. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down.
And if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? This is what got this team in this position to win this game. Aggressive offense, taking shots. Here we are in the fourth quarter. They've got the lead. Why stop now?
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Lets it fly. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
They'll go back to the air on second down. A strike downfield. And he's brought down after a nice gain. You know this sophomore has a big arm, and there were some revolutions on that one. And the Buckeyes with the 1st and 10. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. Throws to the wideout. He caught it. Touchdown, Ohio State. And the beatdown has ensued. With that, the lead nice and comfortable, and they're cruising toward a 4-0 start. A lot of glorious days in the history of the Buckeyes, and this might put this guy right at the top of the list for a single game.
And that list of names is incredible. Like, we can go down the list of so many guys that have been such great playmakers, so dynamic. So to think about putting yourself in that category, we're going to be talking about winning trophies and this guy being an All-American by season's end.
He's taking a deep shot. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. That kind of play will send a surge of energy through your offense. Now they've got it 1st and 10 inside the 40. He wants to throw. They're trying to get to it. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like, they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
This is what an elite team does. They know they're better. They go out, they take the figurative sledgehammer and hit them right between the eyes.
And they just look good in every phase of the game. If I'm on the coaching staff, I don't know what you could ask for your guys to do better. I think the challenge now for this team is going out next week and trying to play with the same type of intensity and the same level of execution.
Well, Jesse, it's easy to look good on the field when you look that good in